Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you doing? I hope that you're all safe, well, staying indoors and having as much of a lovely day as you possibly can be doing today. If you're new, I'm Chloe, I'm otherwise known as Lady Writes, and I'm thrilled that you're joining me for today's video, which is one I'm very excited to bring. But before we dive right in, just make sure that you click that subscribe button and ring the bell, and also head over to my Instagram to give me a little follow there as well too. So with all the intros out the way guys, let's dive into this week's video, which I am very excited to bring you. Not gonna lie, I didn't know where I was going with this video, because if you follow me over on the gram, you'll have seen last week I had a huge and amazing delivery from Makeup Revolution Pro. All of their spring drops. I was like, do I do a full face? Do I do one product review? Do I do a swatch party? Like, let me know if you fancy any of those other videos, because I can definitely do them. But one that I felt most drawn to was making a video specifically dedicated to the brand new CC Perfecting Foundation. It was definitely the one that got the most interest from you guys over on Instagram when I unboxed it. A lot of people saying it looked like the IT Cosmetics, which it definitely does, which kind of set me to thinking, is it as good as my very, very favourites from IT Cosmetics? So for the last 9 or 10 days now, I've been trialling the CC version from Revolution Pro, and I've got a lot of thoughts. And I've been teasing it on Instagram quite a lot that this video was coming to give you all of my thoughts on this product. So grab your brew, you're in for a good one, I think, I hope. Let me know what you think. Now, just to give you a little bit of context to the brand new Revolution Pro, this CC Perfecting Foundation, it's got SPF 30 in it, it's moisture rich, it says it's for like dry to combination skin, but I've got oily skin and I flippin' love it. There you go, I've bang spoiled the surprise already, but it's true. I really, really love it. Now, some people have asked me what is the difference between a CC cream and stuff like that. Well, a CC cream is basically a primer, a little bit of skincare, and a coverage product all in one. So it's a little bit more than a foundation, but it's not going to offer the coverage of a foundation. So when I saw that this was a CC foundation, I was like, well, how does that work? I'm not quite sure. So I was quite intrigued by it. And as I said, I am a huge lover of the IT Cosmetics version. Now, I've used these and repurchased these so many times. I have the fair and the light shades in both of these. I've also got the more glowy one, but I don't use that too much because I do have oily skin and it's a little bit shiny. So if you're obsessed with this, you're going to love this. Now, this one is £10, like half the price of this one. So you're saving yourself some money, and there are 20 shades to pick from Revolution Pro. Now, I can hear you all going, but is it as good? Let me tell you guys, I am loving this. I think it's amazing. And the coverage, I'm wearing it now. Full coverage, like you guys know when I do my tutorials, I'm all about that full coverage foundation. I'm talking Estee Lauder double wear full coverage. That's my kind of thing. I've used this and it's given me the same level of coverage. It's crazy, crazy good. I'm gonna skip forward in a little while to the tutorial or just the application process of popping this on. I haven't done a full face. I just wanted to show you some before and afters of the product going on the skin and how it looks as you're applying and stuff, because I think you're gonna be flipping impressed. I was. But doesn't it look fabulous? Like, there's no difference in the coverage between my favorite full coverage and this. So it's definitely getting the huge thumbs up from me on that stance. I will also definitely say that as someone with oily skin, I do have to matte it with a powder, and then I find it will take me all through the day. I don't need to top up. I'm not looking oily by the end of the day, which, as much as I love these, they do that. I need a top up, or by the mid-afternoon, it's kind of sliding off, looks a little bit slippery. As much as I love it, this one doesn't do that when it's matte and set properly with a powder. So it's definitely got those two things going for it. I can't recommend it enough. Now, the Revolution Pro has SPF 30. IT Cosmetics has, well, the oil-free has SPF 40 and the normal has SPF 50. So it is a little bit different in that sense. However, if you're looking for something that has the benefits of a CC product, but the coverage of a foundation, you're going to like this one better. I also found that the texture on this was a lot easier to work with as well. It's also infused with collagen, hyaluronic acid, it's got like antioxidants and stuff in there, so it's a product that is going to flippin' blow you away. And I mean, I'm going to be honest, you guys know I really battle with breakouts and spots. It's not nice, but I am in my early 30s and I have the worst skin that I've ever had in my life. I need a coverage product that covers it up, because otherwise I feel really self-conscious, and I wouldn't come to you guys and say this coverage product is good unless it was really good. So I am going to, what's next? I'm going to show you how I apply it and how well it sits on the skin. I am then going to swatch every shade in the collection. There are 20 shades, which I hope will help you pick which one you think you will need. But yeah, let me just summarize. Half the price of the IT Cosmetics, an insanely good coverage that only needs one layer. It's still infused with CC properties, so it's got the hyaluronic acid, it's got SPF, and right now, guys, every single thing on the Makeup Revolution website is on 3 for 2. I don't know how long that's going to ask, but at the time of filming, everything full price was 3 for 2. So you can treat yourself to a few other items and save some money too. There's literally no reason not to invest if you are at all curious about this or any other products from there. So I'm going to stop jibber jabbering. That is my talked up review part. Let me show you how it works and swatch the products. And hopefully by the end of it, you will be as desperate to try it as I was last week. And then hopefully you'll have as much of a good result as I did. Okay, so I'm not going to do a full tutorial because I just want to focus on the actual product itself in today's video. However, I did want to show you some before and afters of the product on my face so you can see exactly how full coverage it is and how well it works. I'm going to apply it so you can see how it goes on the skin, because I always think that that's quite useful, especially with a complexion product. Now, the two shades that I've gone for, now, as I said, that there are 20 shades to pick from, lots of different undertones running through them, so you should find one that you can adapt to your skin, and if not, I think at the price you can afford to maybe get two if you want to and then blend them, which is what I do. So I go for F5.7 and F5. Now you'd assume that 5 would be the paler of the two, wouldn't you? But actually when I look at them, 5 is the darker of the two. It's weird in the way it comes out, but what I do is I use the more neutral and the cooler undertones on the parts where I would naturally highlight my skin anyway, and the slightly darker one just in like filling in all the other bits. But I have used both independently, just on their own. Like I said, I've been using this for 10 days now. Is it 9 or 10 days at the time of filming this, and I've alternated between which one I use. Some days I use this one, some days I use this one. I've got a bit of fake tan on at the moment, hence the marks on my hands, but I would usually go for F5.7 if I was a bit paler and F5 if I was darker, but we're just going to work with it. But I wanted you to see the texture and the way it performs more than anything, and we'll do the swatches for all of the shades right afterwards. Okay, so like I said, we're taking the F5.7, like as I explained, it's in a pump, so it comes out like that, and we're just going to dot on very much like I would any of my complexion products. And then we will go on with the next shade afterwards. Okay, so now we're moving on to F5. I mean, you can tell how much I've been using it by how filthy the tops are. Like I said, guys, I'm flipping loving the coverage of this. Can't recommend this highly enough. So I'm gonna just finish popping that on, and then we'll blend in and take any excess down the neck. Okay, so just taking our normal foundation concealer brush, whatever you use, a sponge. I much prefer a brush with any of my base complexion products. If you look, like even on the camera, you can see how much of a full coverage that's just giving, just with like a couple of seconds of buffing in. So we're just going to keep buffing all the way around. I tend to start with one shade, but then once I've done the lighter shade around my eyes, which is really my key place for complexion products, I'm just going to blend, generally speaking. Okay guys, there we have it. So that is just one layer buffed in, don't need any more, and as you can see the coverage is full, sheer, beautiful, very much like the full coverage normal foundations I would go for that don't have any of the CC benefits with them. Texture wise, it's lighter than a thick concealer but heavier than a light concealer, I guess. It's not a moisturizer texture, it's like a cream foundation, not quite as heavy as some of the heaviest ones out there. I don't know if I've described that well, but it's what you'd expect from a foundation, but not what you'd expect from a CC cream. If you have tried the IT Cosmetics ones, it's very much that sort of texture, but I wouldn't say it's quite as solid, slightly more gentle, so that will give you an indication of what it feels like to blend. I think that's why it blends so well. It's not sticky, it's not heavy, it blends like a dream, and the coverage is really full. So I'm going to show you some before and after photos that I've taken just so you can see close up how the coverage looks. I'm also then going to just jump off camera, do the rest of my makeup, and then come back to show you all of the swatches. The thing that I will say that I have learned about this product though, which is really, really key, is that the usage and how long it lasts without going oily or looking shiny is all down to mattifying it. So whether you have dry combination oily skin, whether you like a glowy finish or a matte finish, you definitely need to set this if you want it to go all day without looking shiny. Now, some days I haven't set it when I've just whacked it on. It's like any foundation product for me as someone with oily skin. A couple of hours, maybe 4 or 5 hours later, it's shiny. By the end of the day, it's really shiny and it's come away. So I get that with any foundation product though, whether it's premium, drugstore, whatever. So I'm very, very passionate about making sure you set your foundation and complexion products. This, like anything, needs to be set to get it through the day. But once you've done that, you will get through the day. I haven't needed any top-ups when I've set this. It's gone every day that I've used it without needing a top-up. So definitely make sure you set it with a powder, which is what I will do. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so that is my full face absolutely done now. Let me just show you the absolutely huge difference it made when I set the CC foundation with my normal setting powder, which is the Laura Mercier. There is a Makeup Revolution option. I'll link down below. I'll also link down below to all of the products I've used in this look. It's a very normal everyday look, and seeing as I had a lot of Makeup Revolution Pro stuff, I've used a lot of that in this tutorial. Absolutely loving how perfect it is for every day. So I'll link below to everything used in the description box. But here are the before and afters. I just want you to see how much better it looks when it's set with a powder. Obviously I have then contoured, so I've used a concealer under my eyes and one in the hollows of my cheeks just to contour with, but they're the only 2 extra products I've used in between the difference, and then set with a powder. So I think that when you see that, you'll see how much better this works when it's set with powder. Now, in comparison to my trusty IT Cosmetics, which as you can see is nearly empty, so I do absolutely use this religiously, as I said. Even when I set this with a powder, I still only get a few hours before it starts to get a little bit shiny. I then invested in the matte version. I've repurchased this several times. Again, it's a nice product. I don't have a huge amount of bad stuff to say about this other than even the matte one that is oil-free, it still kind of looks a little bit wet later on in the day, and I want my complexion products to last all day. That's the point. So I will keep using these, but I think I'm definitely going to be reaching for this one more because A, it's cheaper. It's only £10, which is half the price of this, but it's also, it lasts longer and it really does just maintain that shine all day long. Love these. Absolutely love this. So that's just my little thought there. What I want to do now, guys, is also show you swatches of all of the shades in this collection. There are 20 shades to pick from, and I thought it'd be really helpful for you guys to see how the shades come out on the skin, so you can decide which one you need to order if you're placing your order online without being able to swatch them in a store first. So here's the swatches. Okay, so we are going to go in with all of the shades in order, and I'm going to swatch them all on my skin so you can see how they perform.
Sunlight that always stays, dinner by the waterway. It's that sweet life. Raise your cross. Made some dude crack a smile. He asked if I could stay a while. I'm living that high life. Time to catch a flight, but you can make me go. Unlocking all the memories of my new home. Ventilated echoes playing to and fro, back and forth, yeah. Caught some kids dancing in the alleyway. Crazy how the melodies began to play, yeah. Tell me how you feel it when you hear the lyric, yeah. My heart's in Stockholm. Now I never wanna go home. I left my heart in Stockholm. Now I never wanna go home. said I already told ya, yeah. I never dated a black guy. I said you're brown yourself.
So guys, there we have it. You've seen how the product performs on the skin, how it looks on the skin. You've heard how it works on my skin all day, and you've seen the swatches of all of the shades. So what are your thoughts on this? Are you as transfixed with how flipping good this is, and are you going to literally run to make an order now? Because I highly recommend that you should. I talk to you guys about lovely products a lot. This is one I'm like, go out and get it. You're going to love it. I flipping think it's amazing. It's probably one of my favourite drops so far this year. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you think about this. And if you are an IT Cosmetics lover and now you're thinking you may try the Revolution Pro version to see how you get on, I love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. So let me know what they are as we're watching the video together. If you have enjoyed today's video, like I really hope that you have, please give it a massive thumbs up. That would mean the absolute world to me. And make sure that you hit subscribe before you leave and ring the bell if you want to know when all of my future and upcoming videos are live. Also guys, like I said at the beginning, I unboxed these on my Instagram stories a little while ago. If you're not following me yet on Instagram, head over and give me a little follow, because that's where you see the stuff before it comes to my channel. So you'll see a lot of craziness on my Instagram stories, but you'll also be the first to know on what is due and coming to my channel, so head over there as well. Other than that, all I'm going to say is stay safe, keep washing your hands, stay indoors, and I will look forward to seeing you all very soon for my next video. Bye!